Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in or whatever time zone you're in, watching this YouTube video. My name is Leah from the Wellness Garden Tool Shed, and I will be pulling the 10 cards today from the Fairy Tarot deck to see how this energy is going to hold up and how it'll work for us for this week of April. What is today? The 28th, I believe. Yeah, April 28th, Monday. I wanted to do a little housekeeping. Please like and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. Share it with somebody if you think they might need to hear this message to help boost them up so that they can live their best life. And also, I will be on Jake Ray's Hypnosis Channel on Friday doing a live session where we talk together, and it should be really fun. So I'm pretty excited about that because I've never done a live video before. Maybe I should try that sometime. Let me know what you think in the comments. So anyway, let us begin with the 10 card reading just to see how this energy holds. And it is Monday, so let's see what we can manifest for this week on Manifesting Mondays. Okay, no, I like to do that Manifesting Monday thing. So, all right, so let us begin. The first card is the situation. Six of Spring. All right, this is a winning card. Winning, winning, winning. So you're going to get recognized for something. You're doing a good job. Well done. Somebody's going to notice you. So you are winning. So this is actually a very positive card for anybody out there. And so who doesn't want some of that to help manifest? Because again, once we raise our vibration, we can manifest better things into our life. And winning definitely does it, doesn't it? Okay. What is the block energy? The wheel. Okay. We're feeling like things aren't moving fast enough to get to that winning state, right? I can attest to that. Okay. All right. My energy's on this as well. Again, this is a collective reading, and it is not necessarily a full-on prediction, but it is how you can use energy for your benefit. So, and what is the likely energy? So if you like the energy, then let's keep rolling with it. And if you don't, you need to switch some stuff up, because that's the one thing about cards and any kind of readings in this such, or even like astrology. There are things that are likely to happen if things keep going in the same momentum, but they don't necessarily predict that it can be that way, because we all have freedom of choice on how we want to address the situation, or do we want to change up our energy to make something different happen. That's part of manifesting. Okay, what is the foundation? Eight of Summer. Okay, so the reason that we kind of want to win and we feel like things aren't moving fast enough because we really feel like our work or what we're doing is something you want to get going off the ground because you find it more meaningful. So you want to give purpose, more not so superficial. There's a reason for all of this, and you want to really give back to your community. And again, I can attest to this because I'm trying to get my business off the ground, and especially in this current climate we're dealing with, political climate, it's a little daunting, and so it's creating some chaos in the world that a lot of people are feeding off of, whether they realize it or not, because it is kind of the energy that's around. And it's interesting because I feel like our weather kind of is showing that too, and I feel like if we were to do something more meaningful, we could take the focus off of that kind of stuff and bring purpose back into our life, and build better relationships and happier communities. So that's kind of my little thing going on there. So what have we learned in the past? We've learned in the past that this is the Five of Summer, right? Yeah, Summer, which is like the Five of Cups. So we've learned in the past that when we've had disappointment, that there are silver linings. And again, I think when we've gone through some difficulties, and whether it's the world difficulties or in your own personal journey, we do know that these disappointments forces us to find something more meaningful, and that there is a silver lining in the cloud. And the Six of Spring was our first card, which is like the Six of Wands, which is a winning card. So we know that there's going to be some winning in the long run. So maybe it's not happening as fast as you like it, but I do believe that it is going to work out positively for you. Oh, geez. Okay. So, yeah. So we got Nine of Autumn. Of course, was I not just talking about business? It flipped. This Nine of Autumn is all about self-employment. This is about producing something that provides rewards. This is also, again, gratitude. So, I think we're heading in the right direction with this reading and what we can manifest. And I am all about law of attraction. That is why I like these cards, because the cards kind of help clarify where my energy's at. And so it allows me to either do a little course correction in my energy, or it kind of gives me hope to the things that I really want to strive for. And it kind of knows exactly my deeper inner feelings about something. And sometimes it tells me I need to get in check. So, that happens too. So what's around the corner that we can expect to see soon? And that is 10 of Autumn. This is about finances. Because we got the winning card, right? So we've been disappointed in the past. We have a desire to move on, and it will help build relationships with our family, our friends, and our finances. And sometimes we do have to remember that we have a relationship with money. What is your relationship with money? Do you hate money, or do you like it? Do you want to use money, or do you covet it? There's different kind of energies that go with it. And so that is important for us to be mindful when we're going into business. Why are we going into business? Is it because we want something more meaningful, or is it because we just want money? When you combine both, because it's okay to want money, it's just not good to put money above everything else. So that's what I mean about the more purposeful and meaningful kind of business. And it looks like self-employment, especially for somebody out there looking at this video. So what is your superpower in this situation? Okay. All right, so this is the Three of Winters, and this is actually like the broken heart card, and this might go to that disappointment. I guess, unfortunately for some of us, we are forced to change when we are disappointed. There's a heartbreak, there's a loss of a relationship, and then it forces us to change. So this to me is almost like a shadow kind of card. Like maybe your shadow side is what propels you into doing something better, because this is your superpower. So when I say superpower, this is what's kind of fueled this whole situation. So because of the disappointment from the Five of Summers, and then probably a heartbreak, this card is also about forgiveness and forgiving yourself so that you can move on. And maybe you have finally forgiven yourself, and that you are finally realizing that you've been treating yourself poorly. You thought you didn't deserve nice things, and now we're ready to move on. Or maybe even the disappointment from a person has made you do some self-reflection, and you have understood what it is now that you need to change in order to get back to this winning thing, and then kind of move things forward. Because we have luck on our side, we're just not using it. So, and you have winning on your side, public recognition on your side. So this Three of Winters might have been whatever your past experiences, traumatic or negative, is actually spurring this forward. So, like for an example, let me give you an example. So, I would say in my family, we've always had more of a scarcity mentality when it comes to money and things like that, and lots of limiting beliefs. And then I've kind of dealt with some crazy stuff, and I have a memoir, Manifesting Me, which is a book on my website. You can go check it out. But it's those negative experiences that were pretty traumatic and like crazy has actually forced me to do something else, and it's kind of actually helped me learn and understand and grow. That's the silver lining in the cloud, that so you might be going through your own situation that is similar to that, because your past does not define you. It teaches you. That's all that it is there for. So just take note of that. Okay, so and what is the power of the outside influences that would be coming in to help this winning situation and the self-employment situation and the desire to do something with more purpose? Six of Winter. Somebody's coming in to save the day. This is like the Six of Swords. So this is about like, did I say Three of Wands? I meant Three of Swords over here. Winners or Swords. So this means that there might be an opportunity for you to go to the better, calmer tides. Like, this is finally things are starting to look up. So somebody from the outside world might be offering you a solution, maybe a getaway, maybe there's a retreat you're going to, something that's going to offer you help and aid to your winning. It could be maybe you are going actually out on some kind of sport event and then you end up winning. But whatever it is, you're traveling, you're going over to calmer seas, whatever was dealing in all this, because all this craziness has brought you to a better time and somebody's noticing it. Maybe it's a book, maybe it's a publisher. Somebody's going to offer you something to take you to this new level, which I think is kind of exciting. And then what is their hopes and fears? King of Autumn. This is about planning for your future and finances. So this is the Midas touch guy. This is everything turns to gold. Just remember, don't get too greedy in it. But this is, again, it's money. So I think with this new idea of being self-employed, starting to take matters into your own hands is actually going to provide some stability financially in your future, which is great. And it could be a new job. It could be a new, like I said, it could be maybe this self-employment thing is more about doing contracting work, but this is going to be for somebody that really is going to help boost your finances. Again, winning, Wheel of Fortune. So what is the outcome for all of this? Why is all of this happening this week? And it's kind of funny because we are hitting into Aries in Saturn here coming up soon. And I don't know about you, but I feel extremely motivated, determined to move forward with stuff, getting a little impatient at the same time. But things are all kind of going in that momentum of moving forward. So that's good news. And the Dreamer. Okay, so see, this is the beginning of something really great and wonderful. So this is encouraging you to dive right in. Sometimes you don't know what all the steps are. Sometimes you don't even know where you're going fully. But this card encourages you to keep going because you are beginning a new journey. I believe it has to do with being self-employed, doing contracting work, freelancing work on your time, but you're going to be very successful with it. And don't think that all of those experiences that you have that might have been negative or not such happy experiences, maybe you stayed in it too long and that's what's forcing you to come out of it, because you got to forgive yourself. What you did in the past, what has happened in the past, leave it in the past. Okay, learn from it, grow from it. That will be your superpower. You can even use those stories in whatever this freelance job or contracting work or self-employment work is about, because it is about a desire to do better and to move on to something that has purpose and meaningful and gives you that, like, you can make money and feel this joy inside that you're giving back. You have a service to give, and and people are going to love it when you do it. So the disappointment in your life from like this Five of Summer here has kind of led to this. It is the sadness that is going to bring better days and financial support and this new journey. So I think this new Aries season in Saturn is going to bump everybody's mojo up and give them reason to move forward, because we've had the sadness and heartache and all of that, and now it's like, all right, pull your bootstraps up and let's get busy and taking care of our own stuff. And what better way to do it is to do it on your own. And how great is that? Because that gives you power. It gives you self-esteem. You're giving back to other people. And wow, that's a win-win situation. So this is a great week to manifest and get your dream going, because you know what? Those disappointments, those frustrations are going to move you forward. It's going to force you to think of new ways to get out of this situation so that you can begin your new journey. All right. Well, that is great for this Monday. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. We always love that. Also, you can leave comments and let me know how you feel about this. Also, too, I want to say I'm going to be doing a live show with on Jake's channel at Jake Ray's Hypnosis. He does past life regressions and future regressions. I don't know how that all works, but I'm excited to talk with him and see how that goes. And again, it'll be my first live session, and so I hope I don't sound like a dork because sometimes I have to stop this one and start over. But anyway, again, I just want to thank you all for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate everything you guys are doing to help boost up my channel. And you know what? Maybe I'll do a live one of these days. I've never done it, but maybe it's time. All right. With that, have a great week, and I'll see you later on my shorts every day or next week on the weekly video. All right. Have a great day.